Happy Wednesday, everybody. It should be the 15th. Hey, it is. So, one of the things that I cover in one of my trainings is the idea of overcoming barriers, which, when you kind of think about it, a barrier can be anything. A barrier can be you're not tall enough to play basketball. Saying that it's the NFL and you're a woman. There's a woman ref now. Basically, you'll run across barriers in your entire life, but it does not become a barrier unless you categorize it as a barrier. So, for what I do in our trainings is, I discuss that there's a number of common barriers that a lot of the tribal members use or may associate themselves with, but it does not necessarily, provide, oh, that's something else that's preventing me from getting a job, I should latch onto that. Nothing like that. What we're trying to do is to indicate that barriers, we all have them. Some people have learning barriers, some people have speech barriers, some people have, health barriers, some people have many other kinds of barriers. There's a long list. There's addiction, there's living situations, there's support groups, there's educational, then there's the behavioral. There's so many different barriers that people could use to say that kind of prevent them or provides a challenge for them to get into the job force and to get a job, keep a job, and to become promoted within that job or in that organization. So barriers to me I think they're more along the lines of a challenge. If someone tells you that you have a learning disability, that just means you probably have to read something three separate times in order to learn the content. Having barriers itself, there's a lot of things I could consider barriers, but I've never told people that. I've never admitted, barrier. I'm going to use that now. Anytime that I don't succeed or I don't reach something, I'm going to use this as an excuse or as a barrier, I'll say. So what we try to do is to get them to when they acknowledge the fact that this might be a barrier for them, we provide solutions to say, who's in your circle of five? And circle of five are the five closest people that you invest trust in and that you spend a lot of time with, that you exchange ideas with, that you share common interests with, and that you also look up to. And so it usually is people within your work, your best friends, things like that. But when you're unemployed and you don't really do much, the five closest people in your life are going to be pretty much people in your household and family. And it's going to be, so basically the idea is that you're the average of all five, education levels, jobs, do you have jobs, unemployed or employed, income level, and so in positivity, negativity, etc., etc. So think about your circle of five, and for me, I had times when my circle of five I didn't feel they were the best for me, and so I had to, as they say, cut the fat. I had to cut people out, which was not easy, but I realized that the reason that I was doing it was far more important than why that was keeping them as close. You're not necessarily cutting them out of your life, you're just cutting back and providing more of your available time to people that motivate you, that that you want to become more like. So like if you're the fastest runner in a group of five people and you constantly race them all the time, you're not going to get any faster. But if you throw in an occasional runner in there that's faster than you, and you trade out two of those normal runners for two extremely fast runners, your time will increase. And so the idea is to find people that push you, that motivate you, that get you to that next level. And using barriers or your circle of five is something you need to evaluate. You need to assess that. So overcoming barriers, we all have certain things we can consider barriers, and the idea is to come up with a solution before you label it as a barrier. So today, have a great day. It's still rainy out. I'm still going to run. Still going to make the most of it. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow morning.